Hey, what's going on? So today I just want to talk about my discovery and addiction to Dragon Quest. I'm at a time in my life where I kind of wanted a big open world RPG, and Dragon Quest was on sale probably a few months back, like around the holiday time, like around October, November. And I bought the 3 HD 2D remake and Dragon Quest 11. And I didn't play them for a while. I tried 3 HD 2D, and I just wasn't in a place in my life where I wanted an RPG like that. So I played it for like 30 minutes, and I had to grind a lot because I would go to the town. I had limited money. I could only buy so many medicinal herbs. And so I had to keep going out, battling, going back into the town, going out, battling. I just kind of got bored of it and fell off after 30 minutes. And then I didn't touch it again for about 3, 4 months until eventually I just decided, you know what, I'm kind of in the mood for a big open world RPG, and I started up Dragon Quest. It's the first Dragon Quest game I've ever played, the 3 HD 2D remake. And a little backstory, I never really got into JRPGs growing up. My first introduction to RPGs were Pokemon and Mega Man Battle Network, two series that I really enjoy. Pokemon was my first ever RPG. And, as I've played, I have a big appreciation for this game because it obviously was the catalyst for JRPGs and the original JRPG, so to speak, the original Dragon Warrior when it first came to the United States. Dragon Quest in Japan, there were some licensing issues that were fixed later on down the line. But I just wanted to talk about my addiction to it. So it's a game that is very bare bones in terms of story. There's not really a lot of story. It's mostly just battling and exploration. And you kind of have to be in the mood for it. It's kind of like how do I put this? A podcast RPG where I would just play, I would have a podcast on in the background, and you just go around battling, exploring towns, going to dungeons, buying equipment, leveling up your characters, learning new spells and abilities, and just kind of discovering the world for your own. And it's random battles. And so if that's not something you're into, I wouldn't recommend it, but I really like it. And I've never played a Dragon Quest before, as I've said, and now I'm addicted. I've taken a break from Dragon Quest 3. I got really far into it. I'm like 25 hours in. I need to start adjusting my team and, upgrading my mage and my warrior and my cleric or my priest, whatever it is, into new classes. And so I need to figure out what classes I want to change them to. And so I just wanted to take a break for a little while because I wanted something more story heavy. So I started Dragon Quest 11, and I'm about 15 hours into that game, and it's phenomenal. You can really see the growth from the OGs to now. The story's a lot more intense. It's still not a crazy story or anything, but there's a lot more story elements there. The exploration isn't as good, right? Because it's very linear. You just kind of go, all right, I'm going down this path, and there are little branches in the path you can take, but more so they're just streamlining you forward one way or another. And part three is a lot more open, a lot more discovery. So it's two similar games in terms of the monsters are the same, the combat's very similar, but two different experiences. And one's more hand-holdy, story-driven with better mechanics, more quality of life features, better graphics, obviously. But there's something special about part three that I can't quite put my finger on, but I think it's that sense of discovery and just going around. When you go to a town, you talk to different people, you kind of have to figure out and piece the story yourself, piece the adventure yourself, and I'm really enjoying it. I think the battle system is great. I think that the story, even though it's bare bones, the gameplay, the structure, and the skeleton, so to speak, for future JRPGs is really present here. The music is phenomenal. I love the music in this game, even though some of the towns repeat songs and that can get kind of samey, but as someone who loves Persona 5, and the music in that game is, I mean, it's next level music, it's not even close. But the battle music does wear on you after 30, 40, 50 hours. Like The Last Surprise, it's a great song, but that's just how RPGs are. You have the battle music and eventually you get bored of it. But I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a great game. I haven't beaten it, so I can't give a full review to it yet, but I'm addicted to it. I'm addicted to Dragon Quest, and Part 7 Reimagined came out, and I kind of want to play that game, but I'm going to hold off for a sale for that one just because, I'm playing Dragon Quest 3 and Dragon Quest 11 right now, just kind of, going back and forth. When I want some story, I go to 11. When I want just more gameplay and exploration, I go to 3, and bouncing between those, I'm really enjoying it. And I just wanted to touch a little bit more about it and that sense of discovery and exploration that I'm missing from a lot of modern titles. There's too much hand-holding going on. I know a lot of people who are like enthusiasts of Dragon Quest are like, oh, they gave markers and they're telling you where to go. It's like I kind of like that stuff. You can shut the markers off if you don't want them, but I don't want to beat my head against the wall. I don't have that kind of time where I'm just spending hours and hours, especially when there's random encounters. And I know there's items you can use to turn those off, but that's only for weaker monsters, right? So if you're in an area where the monsters are similar level, it's not really going to work as well. I don't want to beat my head against the wall. I want to know where I'm going, but that's where I'm going, but there's a whole area over here I haven't explored. I want to do that. And I'm really liking it. I'm addicted to it. I wouldn't say I'm a fan just yet, but I can see myself becoming a Dragon Quest fan. And I am gonna play 7 Reimagined once I get through 11. I know it's a long game. I'm only 15 hours in. It's a 100-hour game, but I'm really liking it. And I like how simplistic it is. I like how simple the combat is, how easily digestible it is. There's a RPG that I still haven't beaten yet that my backlog is humongous right now. But Metaphor ReFantazio, I'm playing that and it's just so complicated and complex. And I love Persona. I beat Persona 3, I beat Persona 5, because every character can use any class and there's all these different, it's just too much. It's too complicated. I just wanted something more simple and easily digestible. And so I'm really liking Dragon Quest for that. And if you want something that's a little bit more simple, just a standard JRPG, I highly recommend it. I'll probably do a full review, but maybe not. I have some other videos that I want to work on. But I just wanted to rant about Dragon Quest and how amazing part 3 is. So take care. I'll catch y'all later and peace.